Well, good morning everybody. Nick McGinnis here, habitat biologist. And this morning we're looking at how beavers and biological process is naturally moving towards increasing the meander of a river. And by meander I mean the sinuosity. They want that wider meander across the floodplain. And as natural activities occur, whether it's trees growing, trees falling in the brook and accumulating on gravel bars, and then beaver dams built by actual biological organisms, the beaver. And from these natural processes, some of our restoration structures like a deflector, that's where the idea for those come. So if we're looking upstream here, large beaver dam, it might actually be a beaver house, not a dam, because it hasn't spanned across the whole channel. But it's about 4 feet above the water line, and we're at a bank full discharge. But it's pushing the water. If you see where these two channels are meeting, the channel on the far side in summer low flow, that is the only channel really that has water. And this has kind of been like a wet swale the past few years, but it is quite deep. And over the winter time, we had some large woody debris fetch up, and it's starting in combination with that large beaver dam, beaver lodge up there. It's pushing the water way over to the far extent of the floodplain. So much so that it's flooding this field considerably. And the contour that this is filling up, it's shaped just like a boomerang. And it's amazing how these meander patterns can develop within a river valley when left to their own devices. This process is it's really drowning out the grasses that are underneath it, which is going to make way for better germination of some of your shrubs. Now, I don't know what the farmer has planned here. He may till this and try and drain it off. I don't know, because 8 months of the year this is dry. But what you can see, these biological processes within the river are promoting the renaturalization of the entire floodplain. And that's part of the reason we're seeing so many issues with flooding these days, is because we have built so much infrastructure in the floodplain, and we've manipulated the channels so much in the past that we've actually shrunk those floodplains up by having our rivers channelized and turned into basic ditches. And as those channels begin to recover and their meander pattern begins to cover a greater portion of the floodplain, that floodplain itself is going to expand. As every time you get up in a little bit of an elevation into the floodplain, into a new plateau, it opens up that much more area for floodwater. Now, from an ecological standpoint, this is a great thing. It allows that energy to get off into the floodplain. It's dissipating its energy, which if contained to a narrow channel would be quite damaging and disruptive. You know, if you think about that beaver lodge or the large woody debris that's fetched up below it, if all of this water, every time we got a bank full discharge, was contained within a straight channel, you know, say 10 meters wide versus a floodplain of 50 meters, that energy is going to have enough force to push out those large debris structures. And the motion towards recovery never gets kickstarted. So just wanted to do a video, a little bit of ecological processes in action. Thanks for watching.